The rain came down in sheets that night, blurring the city lights into streaks of gold and white. Inside the grand glass mansion on the hill, laughter echoed from expensive walls, forced, nervous. Laughter that never reached the heart of the woman sitting silently in the corner. Her name was Clara Hensley, wife of Victor Hensley, the billionaire CEO everyone admired, envied, and feared. To the world, Victor was the definition of success: polished suits, perfect smile, generous donation. But behind the mansion's closed doors, his voice turned cold, and his eyes hardened into steel. Clara was 7 months pregnant, and she was terrified. Every time Victor's temper rose, she felt her heart race, not for herself, but for the tiny heartbeat inside her. The staff had seen it. The driver, the butler, even the personal assistant, they all knew the truth but stayed silent. Victor's money bought silence. His influence bought fear, until that night. It began when Victor hosted a lavish charity gala in their home, raising millions for an organization he barely believed in. Clara had wanted to skip it. Her health was fragile, but Victor insisted. "You'll stand beside me," he said sharply. "You're the image of the perfect family. Don't ruin that." She obeyed, smiling for the cameras, her hand gently resting on her stomach. But inside, something had shifted. The baby kicked softly, almost as if reminding her, "You're not alone anymore." After the guests left and the house emptied, the storm outside grew violent. The power flickered. Victor's temper, already short, snapped completely when he discovered a minor business setback on his phone. His voice grew louder, crueler. Clara backed away, pleading softly, but his fury only grew. The staff froze in the hallway, helpless. One tried to call security, but Victor's private guards were paid to obey him, not protect anyone else. Then came the sound engines roaring up the hill. 5 motorcycles cut through the storm like thunder, stopping. Outside the gates, the guards moved to intercept, but the leader, a broad-shouldered man with a scar along his jaw, flashed a police badge. "Open it," he barked. Now, they were part of the Iron Compass, a biker brotherhood known not for crime, but for community service. They helped veterans, rescued runaways, protected women escaping dangerous homes. One of them, Mara, a tall woman with tattoos on her arms, had once been in Clara's shoes. She was the one who called the police earlier that week after noticing bruises on Clara's wrist during a charity visit. "We got a call," she said calmly, dismounting her bike, "and we don't leave anyone behind." The mansion doors flew open as lightning split the sky. Victor's voice thundered through the hall. The bikers entered, mud-soaked boots on marble floors, faces set with determination. "What is this?" Victor demanded. "You can't barge into my home." Mara stepped forward, her eyes unwavering. "No one's barging in. We're stepping in." For a moment, the world stood still. Clara stood at the top of the stairs, trembling. Victor's expression flickered between rage and disbelief. "You don't know who you're talking to," he sneered. Mara took another step. "I don't care who you are. You cross the line with someone who can't fight back, you answer for it." Behind her, 2 bikers with body cameras quietly streamed everything to the authorities waiting outside. The staff, seeing this, finally moved. The butler came forward, shaking but resolute. "It's true," he said. "She needs help." The dam broke. Years of silence shattered in that instant. Victor tried to bluster, but the police arrived within minutes. His influence couldn't protect him this time. The bikers stayed close to Clara, shielding her as the officers escorted him away. Weeks passed. The headlines exploded. The billionaire's empire began to crumble under the weight of the truth. But for Clara, the world finally felt quiet. She gave birth to a healthy baby boy in a small hospital far from the city. Mara was there, holding her hand. The baby's tiny fingers wrapped around Clara's thumb, and she cried not from pain but from release. When she left the hospital, she didn't go back to the mansion. Instead, she moved into a small coastal town, where she began working with the Iron Compass, helping women find safety and rebuild their lives. She learned how to smile again, real smiles this time. The bikers became her family. Mara became her sister. And the day her son took his first steps, Clara whispered, "You'll grow up free." Years later, Clara opened a foundation in her son's name, the Light Haven Project, dedicated to giving women and children a new start. At the ceremony, a reporter asked her, "Do you ever think about that night?" Clara smiled softly, looking out at the horizon. "I think about it every day," she said, but not because of what happened. I think about the people who walked in when everyone else walked away. They showed me that courage isn't about fighting with fists. It's about standing up when the world tells you to stay silent. She paused, her voice trembling just slightly. And that's what saved my life. Message: sometimes the loudest silence is the one that needs to be broken. It only takes one voice, one act of bravery to change the course of someone's life. If you see someone trapped in fear, don't look away. Don't wait for someone else to act. Because courage, like kindness, spreads. And when it does, it can rewrite the ending.